Okay, if we look over to the sideboard here, we discussed the test. SWBA stands for what, Tyler? Thank you, Tyler. ID and distinguish polygons. What's ID mean?
ID.
Identify. Thank you. Identify and distinguish polygons.
Identification.
You learned that back in chapter 3, right?
That is your what? Okay, so we're starting 6.1 here, talking about polygons.
No, we don't need to record anything. That's so funny.
So first and foremost, we have some definitions. Too bad. So a polygon is a closed figure with at least 3 sides, which are composed of line segments. That's the definition of polygon. It's a closed figure with at least 3 sides, which are composed of line segments. Now, a polygon has no curved sides. It has no curved sides. Curved. Curved?
No.
There's no curved sides in a polygon.
What about that square?
No. Not in this geometry. That's an entirely different branch of geometry.
Why is there different kinds of geometry?
This is why I don't
no matter what.
geometry.
Not true.
I prefer algebra.
There are no intersecting lines. There are no intersecting lines in a polygon.
Oh,
And there are no gaps, like between lines. There's no gaps, like an opening or anything like that. Okay.
With your drawing skills, I think you're
yeah.
Ooh.
Big oof. Not, like that jumps from the small to the medium to the big oof.
Ooh.
That's good stuff. Okay, so who has an example of a polygon maybe?
Square. Oh, a closed square. It can't be like
Pentagon.
a square. That's a stop sign.
What's the second one?
When was the last time we learned about it? It's like 6.
No.
A stop sign. It's
A
like
decagon.
a stop sign.
I
A
don't
stop,
think
a stop sign is what kind of shape?
Octagon.
Octagon.
Oh,
a
dang.
dodecahedron.
I tried so hard.
I don't know
That's
these words are.
Draw a dodecahedron.
Where?
No, thank you.
No, he's drawing a
Where's the
stop
deck?
sign.
No,
Oh.
he's not.
That does not look
Money.
like a stop sign. That's an
Just
intersecting
stop.
line, Mr. Costle. Can you please
Oh,
put a
yeah.
stop inside of it?
I said perfect stop sign.
curved
Okay.
sides.
Those aren't curved. I don't even know. Those are straight.
It's
Nuh-uh.
thick.
Skirt. Okay. So what would be a non-example? A circle. Because even though it's closed
And oval.
and there's no intersecting lines, there's no gaps, there's curved sides.
A sphere.
Okay.
Oval.
An oval.
A line.
Okay. I mean, yeah, because it's not 3 or more lines.
Triangle.
Okay.
With
the open side. Okay, a triangle kind of like with an open side. So maybe like that.
A square with an open side.
Okay. So you mean like that?
A squiggly line.
Like,
That was like terribly not calculated.
I opened a Christmas present, basically.
drawings and everything.
Okay. What about this? Why not?
No intersecting line.
Intersecting lines, right? Even though there's no gaps, there's no curved lines, there's
It's an
intersecting lines.
hourglass. It's a good hourglass.
Okay. Hey, thanks. I was really proud of it. So what about
Would it be a heart? Can a heart be one?
It's curved.
what about that?
That was so
Yeah, thanks. What?
So proud of
If
my
it was right, what do you
not
mean?
so boring.
If this wasn't curved, you say it's curved?
Yes.
Pretend it's not.
It's
Yes,
pretty
yes,
curved.
Yeah.
we're pretending
Okay.
it's not.
What about I heard a heart? Where would that go?
It would go on like
Why?
something
Why?
curved.
Because it's curved. Oh man,
That's
maybe that should be a
so
heart. The right side was better, Hart?
No.
That's what all that.
That was way better. Oh, whatever.
It's better than the last one.
You guys are all failed. Okay.
That's my
What?
style.
What did I say?
What about this?
That's my drawing heart.
That's
That's
my
style.
Yeah.
That like breaks all the rules, right?
That's
Yeah.
a
Except for
style.
intersection line. Like now
You
that
can
I
draw a
do
line
it.
from it.
Now it breaks all the
Be a
rules.
rebel.
Okay.
We love drawing.
So this star works. Hey, this star works. What if I drew a star like this? It doesn't work if it
That was
intersects,
what
right?
it is. What if you draw that then color it in so that there's.
What if I erase the line? Okay.
That's what I do usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to kind of cover some examples and non-examples here. So I could have even done one like this, you know.
Oh no.
That's a rough crown. That's like
Oh.
the Mr. Fossil.
That's rough.
What's that even mean?
It means
That you suck at joke.
Ooh, bad.
Oh.
Bang.
Don't say it, Aubrey, because you're gonna lose.
Okay, questions on these?
Oh, she
Okay.
didn't help us though.
So a vertex, or vertices would be the plural. We talked about those. Remember, we've had like vertex of a triangle, vertices of a triangle. Okay, it'll be each endpoint of a side will be a vertex. Each endpoint of a side will be a vertex. Now that's not too like new to us. That's kind of like, oh, we've had that with triangles. So what would be an example of a vertex with this? B would be a vertex. Somebody give me another one.
A vertex?
Yep.
E.
C, cool. E, D, A. Any of those letters are vertex. Every single one of them is the endpoint of one of the sides. An endpoint on there. It's a point of that polygon.
it's kind of if B was a letter, it'd be kind of ironic because it's a vertex itself.
Are you just saying that because like it means like
Yeah.
that? Right
W has 3 vertexes.
Three.
Oh, the
It
letter
boards.
itself.
Yeah.
That's
That's
great.
There's four.
Okay. Consecutive vertices are vertices that are adjacent to each other. What's adjacent mean? Next to. They're next to each other. They follow a line. So give me an example of 2 vertices that are adjacent in this.
B and E.
Nope. B and
B and C.
Oh yeah.
C.
Sorry.
Or B and A. Or E and D. Any 2 that are next to each other. D and C.
DNA.
No.
Where did you get N?
D and
Oh,
He's like DNA, you know.
I'm not like DNA. I was like, well, where's the N? Get it? I do that. I
And,
said it.
Yeah, I guess it.
Okay. I saw him the other day. He was like, show me an example of like DNA versus RNA.
There's like it's like
No.
the basic young teacher
Matter
starter
of fact,
pack.
I've heard that.
And it was like it's like a Kahoot.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone actually showed me that the other day too. I seen it.
I
It's
actually
like,
said that to my
It says
Instagram
looks
to show
it
you.
says looks like this, or this Kahoot has this desk, which you know with like this type of desk, but it says, how was your weekend? It's Monday for me too, guys. It's finally Friday. Does something fun on Friday. Fun on Friday.
There's Monday for
Okay.
you
You guys.
Hey, thanks. Consecutive sides. Sides that are blank to each other.
Across from.
Can't use the word and find the word. Okay.
Opposite.
The example of
Consecutive vertices are vertices that are adjacent to each other. Consecutive sides are sides that are
Adjacent.
Next to each other. Why are they
I just
adjacent
don't like big
also?
words.
that means they're next
sides
to.
that are
Okay. So somebody give me a side.
DC.
Okay. What's a side that's consecutive that are adjacent to it? What do you say?
BC.
BC would be an example, and I heard the other one was DE, right? We could have chose either one from there. Questions on why those are consecutive sides? Okay, that works.
Polygon.
Okay. So, to name the polygons, we list vertices in consecutive order. Consecutive, that means the adjacent order, we just go kind of around the polygon in either clockwise or counterclockwise direction.
Big word.
Or is it two words? I don't know. It could be either. Or you can hyphenate it.
No, it's a big one word.
I wrote counter twice.
You mean like
Counterclockwise.
So, clockwise? If you're going counterclockwise, that's normal again. Man, Gage, we really needed to cover that earlier with soccer, right? Man, I said, hey, let's rotate through this drill clockwise, and like everyone went the wrong way. And I'm like, guys.
I don't know what clockwise is. Like, if
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
looking
yeah.
at a clock, I
You
can't.
get someone
But if I'm like,
someone
if
says
somebody
that.
said go clockwise, I'd probably
right.
just stand here
You
and
can
go.
just say go.
Oh, you're right. We have this thing where we have like three and like a triangle. It's called triangle rebound. Yeah, and then you say go right, and some of us will go left. And it's just
So
really
whenever
oh,
you
like
do
basketball drill. Like
So this would be polygon. Somebody give me a name of this five-sided polygon.
So see, turn on your left.
A, B, C, D, E. That works. Because we started at A point and we went counterclockwise around. And you didn't miss a point.
Wait,
That one works.
why are we running that?
It's too bad. So we can call it polygon A, B, C, D, E. Okay, you could have gone A, E, D, C, B. Do we have to start at A? No, you can start at any point, and then you have to go in order from that point, either clockwise or counterclockwise. Either way would work.
So you're saying I can start like B?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just go to C and then B and then A and then E.
Yes. DC
DC.
Bay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Questions on this?
Or did
So a polygon with with three sides is what?
Triangle.
What's a polygon with four sides?
Quadrilateral.
Ooh. Say that again.
Quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral.
Like this.
So a square is an example of a quadrilateral, but our general name is quadrilateral. Quad for four, laterals mean sides. So we combine those and make
Oh
four
my
sides.
gosh.
Okay, what about the alright? What's
Or
the
a
alright?
diamond, or a kite, or a trapezoid, or an isosceles trapezoid.
Wait,
No,
turn
it
it
really
around.
doesn't. We'll talk about that later in the chapter.
We only turn in.
Come at me in section 465? Okay, five sides.
What they said.
Penta means five.
Yeah, I know the polygon. Yeah, I know that looks like.
Okay, six sides. Hexagon, hex means six.
Okay, so the
Now here's the seven
Is
sided
that
one.
why?
wait. I have a question. Why
Hept.
Gone.
Agon. What was your question?
So, if you're pregnant with 6 babies, why is it called sextuplets?
What?
Like, why would it be like? I know it's not like,
So the abbreviations can be different depending on what we're dealing with. So I don't know why they're different, but I know at times you have them different. Like for example, for five, you call it quintuplets. You say they're quints with Q-U-I-N-T instead of pent. So I don't know why that is, but I just know there's different names
I
for
love that
depending on what we're dealing with.
That is so
I
funny.
love that.
But like sept, S-E-P-T, can be an abbreviation for seven too.
I saw.
So eight is an think UFC or a stop sign. Okay, two very different things though. Okay, nine, non-agon. Non-agon. Is it actually? Oh, it could be in one of the newer generations. I don't know. They came with all sorts
Well,
of
okay.
names.
So if you were singing a group with 9 people, what would it be called? A non-tet?
Could be.
Because we've been calling it a 9-tet because we didn't know what to call it.
That's when you just
try
start
it,
calling
Monte.
it a chorus or a choir.
Yeah, there you go.
what's
Basically.
well, that is,
So 10 is decagon. Deca means 10.
what's
Like a decathon. Have
What's
anyone
11,
here heard of a decathon?
Yeah.
It's an athletic event.
Yeah.
It's where you have 10 events together. Decathon.
What is this number
Andy,
after?
Yeah, what is that?
So 12. 12 is a dodecagon. You just put dough in
A
front of
dodecahedron is a 3D shape. Thank you very much.
Yep, it's a three-dimensional 12-sided shape.
Wow.
Listen,
Oh.
you want to know how? You want to know how I learned what a dodecahedron was? I was watching Zoom with my
What?
brother.
No, I was
Anything
I was
above that?
watching-
For 11 sides or 13 or more, we just say n-gon. whatever
Why
number
does
sides.
11 get discluded?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
So you can call it an 11 gone, a 13 gone, a 14 gone, a 284 gone.
Isn't there actually a word for 100 gone?
It really is.
More than
That's what I know of.
How did they take up six?
What's going on?
Civilized conversation.
Six is
Yeah, I know.
very
Tell me
much.
about that. Who was it?
Because they don't make their own.
Six?
I was
Yeah,
still at like
You
an
guys think
11.
about 11?
Yeah.
Weird.
Like
Like
it's
it's
I'm never 11 for like everything.
I was
So
so
I
proud
get
of that. So proud of
except for basketball, but that's it.
So-
Basketball.
I was
One of those
11
where you have
No, I was 11
I
for
was
cheer
so
track
proud of him
for all my
because he didn't get
No, my
Except
2
this
years.
year.
Yeah,
Shut
he
up.
just had
You need to try
Shut
it out.
up. How did that
Clark
start?
Sticks.
He was your mom.
Well,
Oh my gosh, that's why you call you Sticks?
Help me finish.
I'm Sticks.
You're
Yeah, I know. That was like that's why they call you.
A convex polygon. There are convex and concave polygons. Look at the page.
Concave? I was trying to concave chest.
Are you dead?
Okay, listen up, listen up, listen up. Attention up here, please, and thank you. A convex polygon is where no line contains a side of the polygon. Excuse me. No line that contains the side of the polygon contains a point in the interior of the polygon. I'll talk about what that means.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'll talk about what that means.
This just doesn't make sense.
Okay, I need you to slow down for like a minute and write that and let me explain it.
This doesn't make any sense.
Wow, that was kind of sad.
It was. I'm not thinking it. Mr. Carlson, I see.
I think they just started learning out.
She was in a good mood.
it doesn't matter.
I'll take some prisoners. It's true. So, that doesn't care about your feelings.
Neither does Mr. Consul.
That's not true.
This is a
Are you sure?
communist state, so not really.
I care about our feelings.
It's fine right now.
So, anyway, so here we have this convex polygon. We know that because it's labeled it, by the way. Okay, so we have this line, and this line contains the side of the polygon, correct?
Okay.
So here we have a line that contains the side of the polygon. Now, does this line also contain a point in the interior of the polygon? Are there anything interior inside this polygon that this line touches?
No.
No.
No. So we're saying for it to be convex, this is true for every single side. So if we go here, we extend this side out, it doesn't touch anything inside the polygon. If you extend this side out, it doesn't extend anything inside the polygon. Extend this side out, doesn't contain anything
so
inside the
proud of you.
polygon. I'm so proud of you, I'm Mr. Costello. If you extend that last side out, it doesn't contain anything inside the polygon as well.
I'm good with it.
I'm good with it.
I got it. Mr. Costello.
Aubrey.
I wonder how many times we would walk back and forth.
So,
I'm gonna try it one time.
I'm gonna try it one time. Mr. Costello, nice to meet you.
You can just keep on forgetting.
Walk back. Walk back.
I'm getting really irritated with you.
I'm getting really irritated.
Man, I'm really sick of this.
I'm really sick of this, Mr. Costello.
Man, I wish.
Let's just like,
Say, I know she.
just do this till we bring break.
Okay, anyway, does that make a little more sense on this one now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So all vertices here point what we call outward. They'll point outward. You kind of see that if you look here, they point toward the outside. None of them point toward the inside.
Ow. I thought it was not a side word. Like inward, outward, side.
Do it.
I'm hurting.
Okay. Then concave polygons, one or more of the sides cave in.
You're disappointed. Disappointed.
I'm disappointed.
I
Wait,
just
so
pointed it,
concave.
Yeah, you weren't gonna
Oh,
know that
I
one.
get it.
I'm hurting and you didn't even care.
I already didn't even care.
It's a communist state.
I'm wishing that you would stop.
I wish I could stop this across my team.
Jesus, really a lot.
He's looking at it like,
I'm
I really
gonna
got it.
No, I mean, if you guys just want less time for homework, that's cool.
You give us the right time.
That's not true.
You
Hey,
can
I need work on my
You
math.
get us so offended right
I have
now.
better teachers.
Okay, so in a concave polygons, one or more of the sides cave in. So here, this concave polygon, do you guys see how this side of the polygon, or these two sides, cave toward the inside? They go inside toward the shape.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's okay. Kaylee,
But
Why
there-
is only like
or
one
like-
side cave in, like, and not like two?
What kind of shape is it?
That was a confusing statement.
only
I don't
one
think
side-
it's possible. I
Then
think it
why
has to
does
be
it
one
say
side.
like?
Yeah, it probably needs to be adjusted. It's a good point.
What?
Wait.
Kaylee was asking why, how
One
could
of
only one
more?
more?
One
But
or more.
It should say or two. Wow. Yeah.
That's weird. Evan can't mark the
Maybe you
mistake.
can
And
have,
I'm like,
like,
Evan's
Evan!
I'll
Mark
mark
the
it.
mistake, Evan!
I'll mark it so I tell Evan to mark it. Okay.
Okay.
You mean,
So
you mean more? You mean two or more?
One
it should
or more.
Why do you
Oh.
cross out of?
because
Well,
it
makes sense. Two of more.
But you can only cross
wait.
out of.
So the next thing is sides, or another thing, if that's, or another way to check is that sides or the extended sides will intersect of the point. Give me the interior of the polygon. I shouldn't draw a point there. Guys got me all messed up right now.
Intersect the intersection.
Okay, what are you doing?
Oh,
I
man.
already read it.
There we go.
What's going on in your advisory?
That's what I'm wondering.
I'm not paid.
Oh,
Very
someone! Say something.
No, well,
It says I'm so many times, I can't say anything.
Say something.
That's the least interesting thing. that
Hi,
happened.
giving up on you. I'm Aubrey.
Yeah, that's the least interesting thing. that happened.
Okay. Listen up, please. Let's focus back in, guys. Okay. So for a concave polygon, two or more of the sides cave in. Now the sides, or we can say the extended sides, kind of like we extended these sides out here, will intersect the interior of the polygon now. So we're like this extended side intersects inside the polygon. This extended side intersects inside the polygon. Now is that true for every single side? No, because if I do one here, it doesn't intersect. If I do one well, it doesn't intersect inside the polygon. If I do one here, it doesn't. If I do one here, it doesn't as well. Well, those other two did. So as long as one or more does, it's going to be a concave instead of a convex. Yes, but this is one or more sides do that.
Oh.
Sure.
Okay, so you said it's not a polygon if it has the intersecting side.
Yes. So these sides will intersect. It's the extended side. So that should be really. It should technically be extended sides. That's a change I wrote on there for next year after I printed these. Was the extended sides. And so at least one vertex points inside. So you see here I have this vertex that's kind of pointing in. Okay, kind of look at it, looks like an arrow going inside toward the shape. Whereas all these, they all look like they're going outside. Question on this one. Alright. So, equilateral polygons. Yeah, like an equal
At least one, oh, never mind. It probably said
inside. Okay.
I saw the slide. I know. When they met in the elevator. I think actually they did.
Equilateral polygons. All side measures in the polygon are congruent. Very good. Equal in measure or congruent. So like we had equilateral triangles, the same thing can be true for other polygons as well.
Congruent.
Look
Okay.
at that tilde, starting it again.
Okay. Equiangular polygons. All angle measures in the polygon are
Congruent.
congruent. Okay.
I got it
Kaylee,
right.
don't
I'm
forget your
so
tone,
sorry.
okay?
I'm writing out the whole word.
I'm writing out the whole word. And Mr. Collins.
I can
No,
say
he's
mine
going
as
to
long as
start
I
on
don't
that
like,
page.
honestly, he's never gonna know.
Okay.
Noah, do it.
Now,
Do it.
for a polygon to be considered regular, it's its own definition for it to be regular or non-regular. A regular polygon will be convex, not concave, convex. That's one where it points out. Equilateral, as well as being equiangular. So before, for a triangle, we just had it being equilateral and equiangular because you can't have a concave triangle. It's not possible with only three sides and three angles. Whereas with more than that, 4 or more sides, it is possible. So we have to add in that it can be convex, as it has to be convex as well as equilateral anyway.
The word equidistant makes me mad
I
because
know.
at least equilateral is like a different word. It literally doesn't say equal line. Equidistant literally says equal distance. Like,
This is happening.
wow.
Should I cash in the day for her to be
You
not
just
upset?
said equal distance.
Should I make the day where you weren't upset about anything?
I mean, I'll only be in here for 30 more
I
minutes.
know, it's kind of sad. Otherwise, it would have made me upset. But yeah, 'cause you're kind of going on the range right now. So diagonals. Diagonals are segments. It's a segment that connects any two
Non-side.
consecutive vertices. So diagonal is any segment that connects any two non-consecutive vertices.
I have a question. Since we're the honor geometry, I thought we were supposed to be ahead of all the geometry classes.
You are.
No, we're not.
They're taking the
It's
test.
just
Take
like
their
they're-
test next.
I'm talking about Mr.
Oh, Mr. Knotts, we've gone deeper on some stuff than they have in that class, for our honors class.
None of the freshmen,
Like some of
I
our
don't think any
deeper
of the
discussion.
freshmen honors geometry are Mr. Nutt.
Correct.
It's about
Mr.
equidistance.
Knott doesn't have an honors geometry class.
This is only honor geometry.
No, there's one that's up in Israel.
Brown. There's 2 on your geometry classes,
Yeah.
correct? The down and side.
Sure.
I was going to switch to
You wish. So,
Miss Brown does yoga. Do you know what you do? You teach us stuff, you make us write stuff.
Can we do yoga with like, maybe I like shape.
Don't wrong with that. That's not how
We
you
can do shape yoga. Like,
Can we
make a circle.
Like, yell out like a
that's
shape.
a trash circle.
I make a square.
What are you, gargle mode? Okay,
What's that?
draw on all diagonals here. Who wants to come in here and draw one? Who
Circle.
thinks they can come in here and draw one diagonal? Go ahead, Josie.
I can do this.
I think so.
Circle.
Wow.
Mr. Goff, I think he's sick on those.
All colors.
Okay, very good. That's one diagonal. Can I get a volunteer to draw the next diagonal? Kaylee.
Not you, Kaylee.
I'm surprised she didn't come up with a ruler.
Look
I'm
at
surprised
that
she didn't come up
line.
with the ruler. It was constant next to me.
Mr. Goff, can I draw a diagonal?
That's so.
That's so
Crazy.
bad. Especially like when they draw that squeeze. Like,
No, don't do it.
oh, you're gonna do. Oh. Oh.
No,
Okay.
Mr. Goff.
never gonna get to it.
We're gonna have a fight in the art department.
Okay.
Oh.
Guys, take it
Oh.
nice and slow.
Oh.
Hey, it's still better than Kaylee's.
I fixed it. It looks perfect.
It still looks better than Kaylee's.
It doesn't go to the other vertex.
Oh.
Yikes.
Oh. Yikes. That's not good. That's no bueno.
That's
I don't wanna do it anymore.
I'll do it. Yeah.
It doesn't go back anymore, Mr. Cox.
Okay.
See, there's no
Hey,
perfect
look.
line.
Okay, who wants to come on the next one? Ian, go ahead.
Don't mess up my line. If you do, I'm going.
I'm going to.
No.
That's a
Right.
threat.
Also, there's a threat. Say something.
Ah.
What?
It's
Yeah.
the same color too.
I
Tyler.
hate you.
That's what I was gonna do.
Glad you do.
Yes.
You
I
right there,
think I
these
have
two
another
colors.
one. I dislike you very strongly.
Okay, pass it over to Kaylee.
Oh.
Was alright. Yeet.
Which? It's a storm.
Ow! I hit my ankle bone. That hurt really bad.
This one is the star a dick.
Oh God.
You squiggly, you go all the way like. Yeah.
I hit my ankle bone.
No, Daniel, don't ruin it.
Yeah, you do loopy loop. What's that?
Brown.
Loopy loop.
Loopy loop. Okay, so this was pretty terrible, but I think we get the idea. How many total diagonals are there? 5. Okay. So now, listen up. Now on this next one, on this hexagon, we want to draw all the diagonals from vertex C, only for the ones that go from vertex C. So I want you guys to draw on those in your paper. You should know. Don't want to do them.
There's only 4 diagonals.
No.
Where's
No,
the
this
fourth
one.
one?
Yeah, it's super 5.
There should be 5.
No. The first one.
Oh, okay.
Because that's not a diagonal, that goes straight down the middle.
It goes here to here.
No.
This
I
one.
got it.
That's the same thing.
The ruler's up and down zigzag.
Yeah, it goes here to here.
Yeah, but it's not diagonal.
Yes, it is.
If you tilt the shape a little bit, it'll be diagonal.
It connects 2 non-consecutive vertices. Now, in actuality, our diagonal should be segments, not curves and waves and
We have a different hair.
zigzags.
We have different taste.
Yeah, it's called make people OCD.
It's abstract art. Draw a diagonal from
Josie is the
vertex
only
C.
person I like.
Okay. Aubrey, do you want to come do the diagonals from vertex C?
Hey, where are you? Wait, before he has a question.
Jacob.
No. Okay, no.
Oh.
What the heck? Are you
I
crippled
like your
now?
color choice.
Ow.
Thanks.
Gray. Gray's my favorite color. I know, but gray's just
I don't feel like that's insulting.
Shoot.
Do you want a
You're
ruler?
against gray people.
No.
Thank you.
Aubrey, do you want to borrow my ruler?
Thank you. That's the first time I've gotten a good laugh off that. And I'm like, I know this is funny, so I'm happy that someone finally laughed.
Oh, no. I got these left ones.
You know what?
I got a boob.
You got
Oh, she's doing all of them?
Am I doing all of them?
yes.
She's green.
So
She's
pick up the pace.
I'm
It's a ruler.
going.
It does like a
Take your time.
Seriously made my day.
Honestly, that's not a good idea.
I can't see.
Well, that's it.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Shut up, Jacob. Thank you very much.
It's gonna be your first.
You can't erase it, keep it.
We know this one. Just go for it.
Oh,
Y'all.
Okay. Oh, God. Sit back down, please. Thank you.
That was
So,
a good choice.
That's enough. How many diagonals go from vertex C?
3.
3.
Trace.
Okay, questions on that? No, cool.
No, but your band-aids are hard to open.
You better.
That sounds like personal.
Flip the page.
Sounds like you're gonna bleed.
Blood. Yes, I've known that for a long time. Yeah, you haven't known
You'll
that.
get over it.
Oh, it actually fits around my. Yeah, but it's very exciting. I've known this since I don't like this stuff.
I love this.
Mr. Brothers goes,
Hey, softball girl, how's
I
pitching?
didn't catch him.
Hey, brothers.
I should have. No.
I say it's good.
Okay, I'm passing out shapes.
I didn't do a really good job. I like shapes. Josie, pretty much shape it. You want to try to
No.
my shape it?
You want something like my
Oh.
color?
You like my solid color?
She's such a good star. I don't want to trade.
My star is good. You should see it.
Exactly. Do it pretty. Let's see.
No, that's the point. I was nicer because I used the ruler.
No,
No,
you guys are pretty.
I still haven't
I'll take a
finished it.
ruler.
I've been in this.
Oh, I can look.
Okay, so you guys have
Welcome.
shapes and protractors, correct?
No.
Okay.
I just have a
Everyone has a shape and a protractor in front of them.
I just got one.
Mostly.
Can you get a protractor?
What, you lost it?
Okay, so hey, now, first of all, we're gonna fill out this table. For a triangle, the name's a triangle. How many sides does a triangle have?
3.
What is the sum of the interior angles?
3.
What is the sum of the interior angles?
180.
180 degrees. What would be the measure of each angle if the polygon's regular? That means if it's equiangular. 60 degrees. How do you find that?
Why?
Division.
180 divided by 3. Okay. So now each of you has a different shape. You have different shapes, so a few of you have the same, but but every shape we have on this table is covered. Okay, so what I need you to do is I need you to find the sum of all the interior angles. So you need to find the sum of all the interior angles. So to do that, you have to find the sum of each angle, write it down, and add it together. Now you might have to extend some of these sides. Some of these sides might be too small to actually find the angle. So you would need to do is you would need to, can I see your protractor? Thank you. What you would need to do is you would need to do it like you're about to find the angle of this side, and then actually like put a ruler there to extend it out with a straight edge. Put a ruler there to extend it out with a straight edge, and say, oh, it would actually be this measure. You need to add up all of the angles. So you need to find each angle in here and add up all the angles.
I got it.
Okay, if you need help, please raise your hand to ask. Okay, so I want you guys each to do that and then fill in your spot in the table. Is what it'd be.
How do we do this? Alright, but this is quadrilateral.
From the sides of the house. Correct.
This is stop sign. Just like, no, it's not. Hi, sorry.
Wow.
I did not think Jacob. I looked at Jacob and said,
Is that right?
Okay, so I want you guys for your shape, to go through and finish this table. Here, for example, say, okay, this angle, put it on there. And see where it sits. So what's the measure of this angle?
What if it's like totally in between?
You need to put your shape in.
Well, I got 10 down.
I think you're wrong. Yes.
142. Did you get 147?
Do you know where Mirostic's room is?
Yes. Okay. He's like right above here. But like over one. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, like right in this hallway.
Yeah.
Wait, so I measured 140.
They're all on one. Okay. Right? That's what you get.
You have to measure each angle.
Yes.
Can we draw on the stairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all over it, boy.
Draw like the normal.
I feel like that's incorrect.
There's no, big heptagon.
I think I'm like too
So
long.
wait, what did you get?
Wait, what am I?
That makes sense.
I'm too off.
I don't think it's
Same with a couple
I have a heptagon and
Dang
There's
it.
nothing else.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh.
I don't think I got 9 on here.
That's super easy one. Yeah, I didn't mean to give that one out.
I got a 145.
Who has raise your hand if you have a nonagon.
It's non-existent, boys. The nine-sided figure should have a black outline. This should have been included out. It's supposed to be. Should be 2 people have it.
Yeah.
Jacob.
It's Jacob.
Jacob has it.
No, you
Turn it upside.
Jeffy.
Turn it upside. Turn it the other way.
You get 9.
Don't lie.
You made a face on this.
My bad. Yeah, I will remember this forever.
I think it's like, but I have a problem with that.
I worry about my balls every day.
Herb took me out of
Keyword almost.
my station because I needed, she needed somebody to help cut out the shoes and
Hey.
she knew I do a good job. I had these scissors because I didn't like the edge cutter because I screwed up.
Is this side?
So I used scissors and I cut out like 40 pictures.
That's where it's this is.
All
Put
with
that there.
Yeah.
What?
Look what I did to my
See, put that down.
stomach.
At each angle and then out of
This is from my
my.
first one.
This angle, pushing each button.
You put some.
Okay, so right, put that down for you.
Don't get me started.
On that exact angle.
I should have taken off my
The same angle each end. Right, goes that way.
I got punched today.
Okay, perfect. Then you go across here. Direction. Does that make sense?
All of it. We're all together. No. She just think it worked because it's like super hot. Yes. How did that homework to do? Because it's 6:30 to 9 o'clock. That's how much we work on that stupid brain.
No, you know that she's not getting graded until like the day before your second semester ends. He's never graded that.
Then you'd be
And
here.
we didn't. It was never put in the grades. We go back to our grades from first semester and where we don't do it again. Stuff freshman year, it's still not in.
Mine got put in.
For who? For grades.
Mr. Boss, was that the only one they disagreed on?
He just did it to
I would check your others real quick.
Hey, Tyler.
Mr. Why do so many teachers do things to spite me? Mr. Cobb
You
is
know,
really
I-
angry.
you know,
Mr.
I gotta.
Bring it on yourself.
What?
I got
You bring it on yourself.
I don't mind. I was
Not
rushing
in every
like
class.
1 hour.
This class is the easiest.
I did mine in
Oh, yeah.
This class is absolutely.
I gotta check.
The second easiest.
Except before,
is
because
human
I
development.
accidentally, I used.
Oh.
the
And that's
for
not
my
even
first
one
one,
class.
So I didn't actually
Like
use that
after the
instantly.
class, I get.
I'm gonna do, people do Elmo presentation. We'll do Kurt the Frog.
I would not recommend it.
That was just.
Unless you want to take early
Here's
childhood.
a couple images that we not safe for children.
The
Yeah,
only
well,
reason
dude,
I
it's-
would not recommend it is because I would take early childhood. Can't take early childhood.
It was beautiful.
But you've done
It
that
was.
was over that.
Did you follow my Instagram this week? Oh no, I thought it says there's a
I'm
cafe.
taking that. I'm taking med
I'm out on
I had 9.
with
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to take early childhood. I don't know if I'll have
She
enough
follows
practice, so I might
me.
have just taken this class.
Not quite, but you're close.
I want to do it.
Okay,
It's
so
fine.
all
German, bro.
I know. I definitely take
So you're right, but you're also not.
We'll see. I love it. I love it. Keep that up.
Thanks, brother.
Mr. Word.
That's why I said
Okay, so we're gonna start discussing this. I know a few of us are still looking for angles. That's okay. Raise your hand if you have this four-sided figure. Okay, what's the name of it? One of you two.
Eat book.
Quadrilateral.
Let's go with the quadrilateral. Not whatever you said, Tyler.
The Yeet book, look at it.
Sure.
Yeet book.
many sides does it have?
4.
4. What was the sum of, Tyler, what did you get for your sum of interior angles?
90.
Try that again.
No.
Your sum. That means adding them together.
Oh.
So times 4, which is 30.
Wait.
Tyler, I'll give you a second.
I want the kindergarten, okay?
Kaylee. Tyler, what did you get?
2700.
You got it.
I know, yeah, 99 times 90 times 4, which is 360.
So, are they in agreement with each other? Yeah. So what would be the angle of each? What would be the measure of each interior angle if the polygon's regular? How can you find that?
Looking at the writing.
360 divided by 4.
Or common sense.
Okay. Raise your hand if you had this 5-sided figure. There's more than one person.
It's me.
Okay, Aubrey and Riley. And Faith. Okay. So what was the name of this? At 5 sides, what was the sum of interior angles for Faith?
537.
Aubrey,
540.
Riley.
535.
Okay, so are they all pretty close to the same thing?
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. So is that pretty natural for them to get maybe a little bit off with human error, especially with how small these are and having to extend the sides?
Yeah.
I'd say human error is a little bit natural there, but I would go with this 541. That's the one I'd write down. So I'd write down 540 there. So what would be the measure of each angle if the polygon's regular?
Oh. 108.
108. You would take 540 divided by
I
8.
didn't realize that you asked another question.
Tuesday morning.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Who had the 6-sided figure? Raise your hand if you had the 6-sided figure. Owen and Josie, okay. So what was the name of this? Hexagon. Now, what was the sum of the interior angles? Owen, what'd you get? Josie, what'd you get? Okay. 707?
She said hold up.
I did. I'm holding this up.
Oh my god.
Okay. So, are these pretty close? Okay. Could we attribute that to some human error potentially?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you don't think so
It's
either?
probably me.
No.
Okay. So I would agree with the 720. I think that one's our measurement one. So what would that make every angle, each angle, if it's regular, if all the angles are the same, equiangular? 100 and yes, 20. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong one.
If the earth is flat, why does my depression keep on getting lower and lower?
I definitely worry about it.
It's so random. I mean, sure. Weird flex, but okay. So who had the 7-sided figure? Raise your hand, Gage and Kaylee. Okay, what's the name of this?
My band-aid toy.
Hexagon.
If the earth is flat, why does my line keep on going down?
Sum of interior angles. Gage, what'd you get? Okay, Kaylee, what'd you get?
210.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Press
I
X
swear.
out.
Wait.
That doesn't
I
start.
feel like something's inconsistent
Wait,
here.
at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
I would say like.
Let's go with 900. So what would the measure of each angle be if it's regular?
Whoa. Oh, those are kind of obtuse.
Okay. Okay. Alright. So, well,
It's right. It's laughing.
You okay?
Aubrey's last was getting me. You can't breathe. Okay. How do we figure out the measure of each angle if it's regular?
Divided by
900 divided by 7. That would end up being
158.57.
128. Let's call it 0.6 degrees ish. Approximately 128.6. That's the round. That's the one we had around.
So,
Okay.
I was way off.
So, who had the 8-sided figure? Raise your hand. 8-sided figure. Raise your hand. Okay. Daniel, did anyone else have it?
I am an 8-sided figure.
Did you have it?
No.
No one else had this one?
Hey, Chris, you had 3,
That's weird. Okay, what's it called?
Octagon.
Octagon.
What did you get for your sum of internal measures?
1,080.
Oh, nice. Okay, so what would that make each one individually?
135 degrees.
135 degrees. Very good.
I feel like you didn't actually measure it, you just do that.
No, I measured and then I knew it.
Who had the 10 cent? No, I measured better. Okay, what did you guys? What was it? What's it called?
Decagon.
Okay, Jacob, what
Why
did you get for
are you
your measure?
raising
Oh, no.
Why are you raising your hands? We got that.
Did you not have it?
We had the octagon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I gave you a different one.
You didn't give us anything.
forgot
You
what
threw mine away.
Oh, what?
1,450.
Well, that's close. So the actual one would be 1,440. Hey, watch your mouth.
Hey, Jukes.
Sorry.
Okay, what would that make each individual measure?
134.
144 divided by 10. That's an easier division one. Okay. Well, does anybody notice any sort of pattern?
Yeah, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, 7, 8, 9. So mine's not very more. Okay, Owen.
7 committed text.
You take the
That was a
number
dad
of
Hey,
sides-
listen up, listen up.
number of sides minus 3 times.
Hey! Owen had an idea. You take the number of sides, let's call that n. And he said, what are you going to do with that n? What do you say you're going to do?
Minus 2
Minus 2
times 180.
times 180 like this.
No, just like the end.
What?
Without,
Okay, wait, so what were you saying?
you just do that. The number of sides minus 2 times 180.
Yeah, that's what this is. Number of sides minus 2 and then multiply by 180. The parentheses has to be there to say.
I know, it confusing. I was thinking like distributed.
Oh, sure. I mean, you keep that too. Okay, so Owen has this idea that if we take the number of sides of the polygon, subtract 2, and multiply by 180, we'll get that. Well, does this hold true for the first one? This has 3
Yes.
sides, so if you take that, subtract 1,
times 80.
or minus that's 1 times 180. 4 sides, 4 minus 2 is 2, 2 times 180 is 360. 5 sides, 5 minus 2 is 3, times 180 is 540. 6 sides, 6 minus 4 is, or 6 minus 2 is 4, 4 times 180, 720. And it keeps going throughout all of these.
And then 9
7 minus 2 is 5, 5 times 180 is 900. 6 times 180 is 1080. 8 times 180 is 1,440. Now, the reason this works is if I go through here and I say, well, let me get that off there. Let's fill in this last column for our number of triangles. The number of triangles that can be made. If we go from one vertex, just like we did with that last diagonal problem, where you only went from one vertex, how many triangles can be made in a triangle?
1.
Just one. And what's the measure of a triangle? 180 degrees, right? Okay. So if I go from this vertex, I pick one vertex. I'll pick the top left. I could pick any. What would be the diagonal? Which point would I go to? Bottom right. How many triangles does this make? 2. Well, what's the measure of each triangle? 180. So we would double that. Here, if I went from this, say from this point of the pentagon, I draw diagonals. How many triangles could I make?
3.
1, 2, 3.
Pattern.
So do you notice that's the number of sides? Minus 2 is the number of triangles.
We're going to take an n minus.
So here, if I go from this one, how many triangles can I make in the hexagon? 4. The number of sides, 6. Take away 2. And the reason we take away 2 here, listen up real quick. The reason we take away 2 is because we can't go to the adjacent ones. Because there's always going to be 2 that are next to that side. There's always going to be 2 vertices that are next to this angle. So we have to go to the others that are away from it. So we have to take away 2 of our angles. And then we're left with 4 triangles now.
I get it because there's 2.
And then each measure of a triangle is 180, so we take 4 times 180. That's where we get this n minus 2 is equal to 180. So how many triangles would we have in a heptagon? 5, 6, and 8.
Did you notice something?
What?
That, so your number of sides, if you just subtract 2, you get the literally just.
What is
That was it.
it now?
Jacob, you had your question.
Yeah,
Aren't they just
so
smart?
you can only always go from one point.
Correct. If we're doing that, yeah, you don't want to go from multiple to form triangles.
You look like
Okay, so the rule, it says below this, Owen already did this for us. Listen up. Write a rule that gives the sum of the interior angles for any n-gon, regardless of the size. Well, the sum of the interior angle measures will be that n minus 2 times 180. That's what it would be. You would take your number of sides, subtract 2, and multiply times 180. Because that's the number of triangles there are in it. And each triangle has a measure of 180. So you can multiply those up. One for each triangle. Questions on that? Alright. Now we would have had more time than was except for we had discussing our tests earlier on.
Yeah.
So don't even add what?
adding you.
And all those iams, yeah.
No,
Aubrey
that
was,
was just.
Aubrey was wasting our time with all these
seeing
iams.
How long?
I'm
Don't
so
be
sick
able
of
to
Aubrey.
go for hours.
I'm so sick of Aubrey and Mr. Goss on my
Don't
screen.
you do that, Mr. C?
That'd be
You're
amazing.
sick of me to say.
Mr.
What
Cost,
do I do with the piece of paper?
you know,
I'll collect those in a second. Pass your sheet forward.
I'm sick of me.
Pass your sheet forward. Cool.
What?
Beauty.
What?
Slice you with it.
Figure out.
Stick out your hand.
Okay.
Wait, that's my own.
So on this worksheet,
You gotta say your name.
on this worksheet, put your name. On the front, you're figuring out if it's a polygon,
Yes or
and
no?
then if it is, you say, okay, is it convex or concave? So you first just say, is it a polygon? And then if it is, then you figure out if it's convex or concave. Okay, so some of these might not be polygons, so some of them we might only need one blank. So the first blank would be yes or no, and then the second blank, if you had yes, would be convex or concave, and then otherwise it'd be nothing.
this looks like a kindergarten worksheet. I love these.
Cool. Okay, hey, when would this be due?
Tomorrow.
Next class, which is Wednesday, my dudes.
Pumpkin?
The last day of math till the spring break ends.
Yay.
Here's a
He's
neat book.
probably gonna get a 2-pack.
I will try.
You said buck. That makes so much more sense. I said buck.
Really, how did you know that?
I thought you
Sorry.
Hey, we like to
were 9 too high. 17 too low.
I really do it on a Friday, so then like my
To summarize my life, I would just sit in my routine.
Yep.
Oh,
And can I start working on my test?
Yeah, that's fine. Let me